Chuck's my boy. So he's got this thing where he's blocking somebody and he does like kind of a worm with his arm and it goes all the way through the opponent and comes back and then he punches them with the whiplash. And I love it. I think it's fun, but some guys are shooting him down on that. So like when he does it, it always gets a pop. So it's like that's kind of where the new school versus old school thing is. Like how if people aren't going to be, they're going to take themselves too seriously, they're not going to let Chuck get his move in versus if they'll play along and let him try to get his shit and see if he can get it over.
Okay, so I can help you on that one. If Chuck doing things like that, he has what we call a feature gimmick. You know what I'm talking about? Hellraiser, that's what we used to call it.
Right.
The feature gimmick. You know what I mean? So when you got guys who is billed as a real tough guy or a real bad butt, he ain't gonna stand there and let him do that. It's just not, because that's what their reputation is. And that's how they're billed and that's their character. So they ain't gonna sit there and watch him do that. If you would notice, in most cases, when people have those kind of matches like that, there's always gimmick matches with other gimmick people. You know, like you would never see like can't use Agent Street. 'Cause Agent Street really was that guy. He was a tough guy for real. Like
Right.
they really used that. But when Agent Street later on was just doing the gimmick stuff, it would be all gimmick matches. Even though he was a real tough guy in the beginning, he would do all that stuff in the beginning, but then he would buckle down and beat your brains out. Because he really could beat your brains out for real. So
Right.
Chuck has to. That's why I'm kind of like with Buster. Me and him had a conversation about him a few weeks ago. He should be a heel. He
Well,
just should be a heel.
here's the thing. At the end of the day, fans are the real judges.
Right.
I mean, that's what we're here to do. At the end of the day, whether I like it, whether Johnny likes it, it's all about what those fans like and what they react to. And I mean, honestly, you can't get no more stupider than the people's elbow or the worm. So I mean, anything's up for grabs. If you can do it and make the people get behind it, I feel like more power to you on that one. You know,
Right.
because
See,
like go ahead, Jason.
Just my whole point with that is, like you said, if it's a real tough guy, he would shoot it down, but nobody's too tough to lay there for the people's elbow. And if Chuck's move's getting over with everybody that he's done it on, and some old school guy's going to say no with that, that's where we have a big difference on.
That boils down to the booker. I mean, unless you got an old school guy with the seniority of Jerry Lawler or Bill Dundee,
Right.
If I'm working for a dude and he's paying me, I'm there to do the job he wants me to do that night.